Hey, bonjour everybody. Welcome back to Castelnaud here in the hills of France. Just enjoying a lovely cup of refined sugar here, and I was going to polish it off with a chocolatey delight and then head out into the fields. But since you're here, I won't do that. Let's just go. I think I promised a house tour last time, but you know what? We're going to have to... We'll put that on hold right now because we got a bunch of grass we got to deal with, and we want to get. I don't know. We'll see. We have grass to deal with, and we've got some potential plowing to do. We'll see. We'll see how far we get in this day in this episode. But yeah, we got a lot of work to do around the farm here. Just want to try to keep these doors closed. There's a lot of wildlife around here, and if I keep these open, next thing you know, the deer are going to be living in there, and I don't know. I'm going to have an uncomfortable conversation. Huh. Did I notice that door before? Anyways. Okay, step one is all us. We're going to grab a windrow and go to town, basically. Not literally go to town. We're going to go and put everything in rows. We're going to park this, actually. As much as I love this tractor, I love the International even more, to be honest with you. I love the open cab and the fresh air, and it's just a nice tractor to drive. So we're just going to slam this right in here for now. Oh, I didn't even notice. I didn't notice we had a pressure washer. And it works. Oh, looks like we have a water hose here. Oh, this is actually a very nice little corner here. Oh, wait a minute. Does that mean... Oh, yeah, there is a shop here. Anyways, so let's grab the International. So we have a little bit of new equipment here. I don't know. I don't know what I said to Jean-Paul down at the store, but he was determined to delay me a few days on delivering. So we picked up a baler here. I think I leased the baler. Leased this forage wagon. Bought this windrow, I believe. I can't remember whether I leased or purchased this. No, owned by you, rented by you. Yeah, I own this, and I own the windrow, and I've leased the forage wagon. It wasn't a huge spend, the forage wagon, but I just thought, you know what, let me preserve a little bit of cash flow, and then hopefully we don't run into any problems. So we're gonna get the windrow set up here and get everything put into manageable rows. But yeah, I wasn't necessarily gonna purchase or pick up all three at the same time either. But after talking to Jean-Paul, he was very stressed. He did not seem open to bringing everything out here all at once, but he managed to make it work for me, which is good. I paid. It's actually about 2.5% is what I've managed to negotiate on delivery fees. So by no means am I getting it for free, but it's it's not the worst. What is that, like $250 on $10,000? So it is what it is, but so this is basically still the same day as when I left you guys. I didn't want to skip to another day here. We do have a field that we're going to want to get planted, and it is April, and I'm worried. Actually, I'm almost certain, but we'll go and double check that I no longer have the. Is wheat later in the season? I know every region is a little bit different. Anyways, whatever. We'll look. It is what it is in the end. I'm not going to stress out about it. While I do want to get things planted, I also want to make sure that we do things in a manner that is befitting of our new lifestyle here in the hills of France, where, you know what, man, we're just chilling. It's all good. We're not rushing. The only issue will be, though, when we go broke and can't afford food and, whatever. I'm sure that'll happen at some point to us. The hard economy, the limiting factors for on-site productions, and You know, having to use the silage pit versus, I mean, we can do bales, I guess, but having to use the silage pit instead of fermenting silos, you know, there's some challenges that we've sort of put in place that are going to make our lives a little more challenging here. But anyways, that's kind of what it's all about, right? Yeah. So also, it's good to get that first episode out of the way. I find, I know I said this before, but sometimes when I jump into a new series or I jump onto a new map or whatever, it's just like balls to the wall. Everything's like, got to get everything done right away. Got to get things set up. Don't want to miss an opportunity to harvest, you know, and then things start to kind of level out a little bit. So, I mean, today we got a lot of work to do. Obviously, all we did really was mow. So we have all this grass to deal with now, but it'll be kind of nice to get it done, right? We'll get this grass picked up and put in the silage pit, and then we'll get a chance to stamp that down and put a cover on it. I don't know how much is here. I mean, it's going to seem kind of ridiculous putting just this little amount of grass in that giant pit over there, but it's all we got, really. Anyways, yeah. So we'll have that put away, and then hay bales, right? We'll get a number of hay bales. I don't know how many hay bales we're going to get from over there, but we'll get the hay bales put into the storage, and that'll feel good. Actually, as I'm driving around here too, I'm almost wondering. I wonder what it would cost. Like, so if we just put grass into our what previously was a wheat field. So we have just one more grass field there. I wonder if, and then when we get cows, if we just bought the straw, I wonder if that's actually going to be detrimental to us, or whether that's maybe a good idea. I mean, I could use more grass. I really could use more grass. I haven't even looked at any of the property around here to see what it costs. I mean, I knew that when I bought the package from my deceased Aunt Pam's estate, I mean, all of this cost me $1.2 million, but it's hard to equate, you know, the heritage farm, you know, that essentially has a business built into it and everything. Like, it's hard to say what a straight up field should cost. You know, I don't know whether I overpaid. I didn't negotiate it, or I didn't have the opportunity to negotiate the purchase price of all this. I just bought it. But I don't know what land costs around here, so maybe we could pick up a grass field. I don't know. I just have this feeling we're going to need more grass. Like, I'd like to do a giant silage haul, so we can actually make some money. I think that's part of it too. Just kind of like panic mode, thinking, oh God, we're going to go broke here and starve during the winter. And these rows do not look very thick, so this grass was not in the best condition. So I was chatting before I went inside to have a bowl of refined sugar. I was chatting with the farmhand. So his name is Stefan. He's the I'm guessing the guy's about 70 years old. I mean, he's been in this area his whole life, I think, like I mentioned in the first episode. But so I was chatting with him, and he did mention to me, and some of it I guess is due to his age. He said at times when I ask him to do something, I'll see, I may see him, but then also I guess he has a niece that will step in sometimes and help. Plus he has a couple adopted sons. So if I do see somebody that I don't recognize, that's what that is. But they've all been vetted by him, and I should feel completely comfortable with any of them operating my machinery at any time. So that sort of covers off the fact that we'll have a bunch of different workers there. We have Stefan's niece and one of his many adopted sons. He'll worry about paying them. I don't have to worry about paying them. But he did mention every year my Aunt Pam and Jacques de Gatineau from Témiscamingue would throw a Christmas party and always invite his niece and his many adopted sons. So I guess we'll have a party at some point and everyone's invited. And that's on me, so we'll see. See who can throw a better party, myself or Jacques de Gatineau. The parties apparently sucked once my late Aunt Pam took over, because when Jacques de Gatineau went back to the big logging camp in the sky, it was up to her to do everything. And she just wasn't into it, apparently. Can't blame her. She had lost her mate. This hill is going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't think the forge wagon will fall over. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. I'm trying to avoid making the rows go... I'd rather see the rows go across rather than straight up and down. Because I just have a feeling that once the forge wagon's getting full, trying to pull it up this hill, like directly straight up this hill, might not be the easiest thing to do. So as much of a pain in the butt as, going back and forth like this is, it might be the only way to actually properly collect the grass off of here. So I don't know what anybody thought of the first episode or the move or anything, because I just finished editing it right before I hit record on this episode. So it is yet to post. It'll probably post in 2 days from now, and then and this one will post afterwards, obviously. But yeah, so I don't know what you guys think yet about the move. I don't know what you think about this map, and I don't know what you think about the first episode, but I'm curious anyways. Super curious. I almost went to Hofbergman, which I had tried to start a series on in the past. It's such a fine detail, really interactive map. Like when it comes to the productions, like, the productions have steps that you don't just dump everything on one end and collect it out the other end. There's stuff for you to do. It's very appealing, but it's also horrifying because of the amount of work. I mean, I guess if you literally just wanted to get down nitty gritty and do that kind of work, then it could make for some interesting content, to be honest with you. But yeah, you'll not see a lot of progression, I don't think, over a short period of time on that map, at least from if I was the one playing it. All right, this is gonna start getting a little bit ridiculous up here. Let's get the top row there, and then we'll see what happens. This is going to be a lot of fun to harvest to collect. And maybe if I just keep running it like this, we'll go cross and down, and maybe one more time and we should be good. Or good enough, I should say. After I finished getting the order set up with Jean-Paul, I I did make a quick phone call over to the little cafe that sits on the far side there. So they do have a morning, they do a breakfast, like a patio breakfast there. And they said, yeah, there's a small group of old French farmers that like to come in there every morning and shoot the merde and chat, you know. So I may try to work my way into that group. I don't know. The language barrier is obviously going to be an issue for me, but you know, maybe they'll like my style. I'm a people person. We should be all right. We have the international language of, well, farming, of course. Plus, the cafe owner said that Jacques Castelnaud used to go in there for coffee also, so that's pretty good. This field is maybe a little bigger than I give it credit for. I mean, this is what is this thing? Is this 7 meter working with? 6.9, something like that. And you do have to make quite a few passes back and forth. It'd be nice when this is just big fat grass, like big healthy grass that had no weeds, that had been fertilized, you know. Darn you, Pam, and your neglect. Big fluffy rows, we'd be able to take all kinds of silage. Anyways, let's note how much silage we take off this, or grass to then turn into silage. Let's remember how much we take off the first time. When Stefan heard that I wanted to continue on today and get this grass rode up and then and into the fermenter, or not the fermenter, but into the pit, he was a little disappointed. I guess he had to run into town. Well, we got to get our schedules sort of meshing. Right now, he's got some stuff planned that I didn't know about, and obviously didn't know about because I've been here. We only just met, but we'll get our schedules to mesh so that way, you know, when things are happening around here and I need his help or one of his 27 family apparently that might jump in, that it's a little easier to get them set up. I will see later on if we can't get him or one of his family to help out with the baling, because, well, I could potentially run. Actually, we may do that. I may get on the phone with them right away, because if I run the windrow, then I could get one of them to follow me with the baler, and they could just they could drop some bales there. That's actually probably not a bad idea. Might do that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll pull the forage wagon out right away after I put this into rows, and then I'll get on the phone with him because he is in town. So we'll see whether he wants to come back or whether one of his extended family will jump on, and we can get that done. Yeah, it'd be nice if somebody could do that, so that way I don't have to then go around and bale after. I do want to get that field plowed up, so I didn't tell him that yet. Again, he's been working these fields for so long. Any major changes might kind of twist his head a little bit, so I didn't want to freak him out and tell him I was already starting to make changes. But I do want to take those. Well, I want to plow those fields up at the top that had the grass where we're taking the hay off of, but I do also want to merge them, so I think that'll be a big win. All right, we're just plugging away here at the grass pickup. So my original intention was to pick the grass up with the bigger tractor, but the hitch doesn't work properly. The hitch on the tractor is too low. This forage wagon has a high mounted hitch. See how it comes out of the top there? So it works well with this International, but it doesn't work well with the other tractor. So I had to keep going this way. And then the problem with this tractor is, actually this is the most I've been able to get in here. So I put a weight on this tractor, more than what was sort of stock weight. and I'm almost able to fill this up. By the time I get to like 15,000 liters without this massive front weight that I got on here, I'd be doing wheelies all the way, everywhere. It was basically impossible to pick up grass. So I got this weight, and we've been able to get ourselves all the way around the field here, which is pretty good. Having a little bit of issue pulling the forage wagon uphill as soon as I have, like, once I got grass in it, and it becomes very hard to pull. But so this seems to be a decent setup right here. Like I said, I did want to use the other tractor, but this one seems to be doing just fine now. Anyways, now that I have this, I think it's like I want to say that the weight is like 2,100 kilograms or something like that. So it ain't light, you know. And then we're just getting all the grass into the pit here, and I'm remembering how much I don't like dealing with pits, especially not like these ones you have to reverse into. I always prefer, if I'm going to deal with one of these, to have it as a drive-through, but I guess I can't really. It's not really up to me. The map's already made. I like, it's not something we've necessarily talked about, but in the past I only ever played on maps where I could go and I could customize everything. So meaning take the farmhouses out, take the sheds out, take everything and then build it out the way I wanted. But maps like this, especially this one here, I'm just going to play the way the map author designed it and enjoy, because everything is awesome. There's no way I could do as good a job. Like, I mean, obviously that is all custom there, that farm. There's no way you're going to go out of Mod Hub and find that and then terraform to make it work properly. It's just not going to happen. Oh. Yeah, okay, good. Phew, I thought we were stuck forever. Yeah, so I don't know really how much grass we've taken off so far, because I mean, that load you just saw was probably, wait, before we do anything, let's go up the hill. I gotta take care of the grass on this hill first, and then I can only do it when I basically have an empty forage wagon. So I got around the headland, so to speak. Let's get this piece here. Yeah, see, we're empty right now, so it's good. When I had a little bit of grass in here, it was hard to get up this hill. All right, we're gonna do one more swooping pass like that, because there's, well, that top line there, and then we'll just kind of go back and forth and get everything cleaned up before we take care of the bigger lines that are out there. Perfect. This whole thing just feels extremely prone to tipping. It's given me no indication that that's going to happen. Like, I haven't seen any, pre-tipping or anything like that, but it just has this sort of top-heavy feel to it. All right, let's get one of the lower lines here, and then we'll come right back here after we unload next time. Alright, yeah, this is working fairly well, I think. Be curious to see how much we get off and how much we get to put in that silo. I can't imagine dumping enough grass into the silage pit that it fills up. That would just be insane. I don't even know how you get the grass in there. You'd have to use a loader of some kind. It would just be not. It can't be a one-person job to fill up one of those. All right, let's be another load. Probably pick up a tiny bit more over here before we get back to the pit. And didn't get to 100%. There we go. A few more passes. I don't think it'll be a full load here, but I want to say we've definitely had a couple full loads come off. I got to be really careful I don't get stuck now. This is not ideal. There's a I know there's a way to use, like, I don't know whether it's course play or auto drive to compact these pits. You can set a worker to just kind of do their thing, and I'd really like to research that a little bit and figure out how to do that. Okay, that answers that question. All right, here we go. I think I'm just trying to get this to the back here. There you go. It's kind of satisfying. I'm probably going to need some kind of a tool or something. I know there's stuff you can use to help compact your all your grass there. Maybe we should be looking up something. Oof, so that's almost 112,000 liters right there. I mean, it's too bad that silage really isn't worth anything, but all right, there's just one more strip to grab, so we'll just dump this. Look at this. This guy's just pulling. Without that front weight, we'd have no traction on the front. We'd be just doing a sky-high wheelie. That's crazy. Gotta get rid of that bush. I keep running directly through that bush. Yeah, anyway, so one more row to pick up. All right, buddy, don't worry. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I think I have to back right over the mountain here. No, 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 no. I don't know where I'm supposed to put this if I can't back all the way up there. I can't drive straight in because, well, for one, I'd get stuck, and for two, there's nowhere to go. So I would basically just be dumping all the grass on this end to make a huge wall that I can never get past. I wonder if I had to compact some of the front of this to make more like a natural ramp. Holy. Okay, well, here's a dumb question. Can I put some of this into the potential future sheep enclosure? Will they take chaff? Because if I could do that, that would give us a bit of room. Does it go in here? I think it goes in here. And will this fit in here? I guess that's the next question. Yeah. Just a good old building. All right, so the sheep pen will take 20,000 liters, so that's better than nothing. All right, that still leaves 13,000 liters I got to deal with here, and I can't get it out. Oh, wait. Okay, is this a dumb idea? This might be a dumb idea. I don't know how you roll it. Probably gonna need a shovel of some kind to scrape it and move it. But we can back up to the edge here and should be able to just take a dump. Whew, okay. I wonder, is that why it wouldn't let me back up? Was that just a function of this pit that it's like, no, no backing up because you can just go dump right over the edge? I had no idea how I was going to get that out of there. I wish I didn't put the grass into the future sheep enclosure, but whatever. Eventually we'll need it, right? All right, so this isn't even a full stretch. All right, a little bit of scraps off to the left there, and then all this is done. So I want to say there was probably about 150,000 liters that we took off of here. So, I mean, that's non-treated grass. That's just raw grass, no fertilizers, no anything. It was like all natural. All right, well, let's go dump these 3,700 liters in there, and then we'll come up with a plan for baling. And I think that's going to be myself on the windrow and somebody on the baler. And then we'll just drive around in circles until we dump all the bales. There. All right, so let's get this put back. This forage wagon seems to make an appearance all too often. Might not put it right away because I think we'll try to wash it. Actually, I'm gonna leave it there in the wash bay. There we go. Okay, so I guess similar issue here, maybe. I don't know where the hitch sits on this one. All right, let me get the windrow and get set up here. All right, so Stefan had his one of his adopted sons show up. I don't know which one it is. I can't tell from back here, but I'm horrible with names as it is, so I'm not gonna bother trying. But he's running the baler. I'm on the windrow, and hopefully we'll make this work. I gave him the International. It seemed to do well with the forage wagon for the most part once we got that weight on there, so I'm hopeful that that's still the case with the baler. Now it's just a matter of seeing how many bales we're going to get off this field. I kind of wish that I had just started with, well, with all these fields, sorry. I'm going to go all the way around once, and then we're going to try to just go back and forth, but it's hard when you got somebody following you. I don't think he's got any bales dropped yet. And we're just going to cut right across these roads. I think when we plow these fields and merge them, I should probably get in there and smooth them out a little bit, because I'm noticing I'm bouncing around a lot. Alright, it's following along good. I just can't go too fast. I mean, even if the guy wanted to go fast, he can't really go fast because he's baling, right? So I didn't, I had to set the baler up to a certain bale size, so I chose the middle one, the 220 centimeters. I didn't want to pick the biggest bales because I just figured maybe we'd have a hard time handling them, but in hindsight, maybe the big ones would have been fine. Let's hope he makes that corner at the bottom of the hill there before it goes into the pond. Yeah, we're good. All right then, keep going. I'll just, you know what we'll do this. Because these fields are sort of jogged a little bit, it's hard to just connect up easily with them. Oh, look, there's a bale. Let's make sure he gets up this hill okay. I guess for picking up the bales, I'll probably just use my. Well, I don't have a trailer. I could use a trailer. I could just run the bales like 2 or 3 at a time down to the hay loft there, or the bale loft, or whatever we're gonna call it. But that might be a little aggravating. Yeah, I think we need a trailer. That's what we need. I don't want to be too cheap. Now the trick is going to be strategizing how to run through here so the bales drop, but they don't drop in our path. Because then you're going to get old Buddy back there tripping over bales. All right, man, get up that hill. Let's go hit the power. 'Cause, 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 So this, other than the fact that we have immense pressure on ourselves to earn enough money so we can get our loan paid off and now make some of our leasing payments, like we're going to be in trouble here. To be honest, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I want this to be just a casual series where we're farming here in the French countryside. I don't have any lofty goals of earning $10 million or owning the map or anything like that. I think the lofty goal is to get the $1.2 million paid off. I mean, obviously we've got scheduled payments that will have this loan paid off in 8 years, but it'd be nice to get this paid off sooner. Usually it's the same thing every time, right? It's like we start like, oh, what are we gonna do? This is, I'm worried about winter and limits, and then all of a sudden something clicks and, I make $1 million. So I'm holding out hope that at some point here we'll sort of figure out what the key to success is and unlock it, but definitely not in a hurry. We're not starving yet. Let's see how this guy makes the corner. We'll have to go through afterwards and just kind of pick up any of the scraps, because usually when it comes to corners, the workers don't do so well collecting. Yeah, my guess is that's going to be the same thing here. Get up that hill, Bobby. Kind of tried to let him catch up a little bit so he didn't feel so lonely back there. I think we have a good route going right now. We're kind of going around the outside, so we're not necessarily tripping over bales yet. It's just when you have to go do your up and downs, but you already did your headlands, then you run into some real problems. So I guess the additional spends that need to be done today would be, let's go this way, would be a trailer so we can move these bales, and a plow, I guess. With a trailer and a plow, we'll have essentially filled our, well, I don't know. I mean, we may get the bales put away today. I wouldn't mind getting the silage wrapped also, but I don't know that we'll get plowed today, to be honest with you. That may be a May 1st kind of thing. What is this? April year 1, yeah. So it's just saying April. It's not saying like April 1. We're on 2 days per month, but we're not there yet. He's always delayed coming up that hill, and I'm like, oh man, he's not even gonna make it. Well, he made it. My gosh. All right, well, why don't you pin your guess at how many bales we're gonna get, and we'll see who's the closest. Do it now though, so you don't see. We don't know how many bales we're gonna get. You might know how many bales we're gonna get, but remember the 220 centimeter chaff bales, or grass bales, I guess. So I had to take a small break there. Got a phone call that I needed to attend to. The bank back in Canada had a few specific questions about the operations I was setting up here, which kind of made me a little bit nervous. I know we had already negotiated our new loan terms and everything here, so they just I guess they had some people change some positions there, and they just wanted to clarify some of the notes. So in the meantime, it looks like we've swapped out Stefan's one. It looks like maybe another one of his adopted sons has taken over the baling duty. So not sure where Stefan is. You know, it's funny when your farmhand tells you that here's how things are going to work, and I'm going to get my you know, adopted and extended family to help out when I can't do the work. I think we give him the benefit of the doubt because of the time he spent on the farm here, and then we see what kind of person Stefan is. If he's true to his word and these folks work out, then perfect. As long as my work gets done, I should be happy. So we'll trust him until we can't trust him. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we got the rest of the grass in this field, then we got a little bit more on that field, and then it's picking up bales time, which should be exciting. See how many bales we get off of here. Trying to find a route here where I'm not gonna hang up the worker on a bale. Gonna try to punt that one out of the way. Guess we're gonna see what kind of evenings we have here. It's 6 o'clock already, and it's still pretty bright out, which is nice. Shouldn't leave me, hopefully, enough time to get the bales picked up before it gets dark. I don't know, but we'll see. I have a feeling it's gonna get dark pretty quickly, though, since we are in this valley. If you're out in the open plains, well, then you'd have sun a little bit longer, obviously, as it's not being blocked by a mountain. So there was just a little bit of grass out there. I wanted to make sure that he picked up. Alright, just waiting for my buddy there to catch up, and then we'll have the last couple passes here, and we'll have everything baled. It's almost 7. Wait, what's that? 6:44. Yeah, almost 7 o'clock. Be really careful around the water here. One false step and I could be fishing my tractor out of the pond. I don't want to do that. Yeah, overall been a pleasant experience. I found that some of these guys, I may want to throw them a couple extra bucks. On a couple little breaks there, we were chatting through Google Translator, and I don't know that Stefan's necessarily taking care of his family that come and help. I think they're more helping out of I don't want to say pity, but they also they're just trying to help the old guy out, and they know how important this farm is to him. So when he needs help, somebody makes a point to come and help. So it kind of makes me feel like I should probably step up there somehow. Okay, I'm just trying to think what to do. So let's pop up here. I'm just gonna go let the guy know that he can go home, and then we'll see how many bales we got. I think there's a bale counter on this thing somewhere. We're just gonna say it's right there, and it reads 29 bales. 29 bales, and there's still some grass in there. So that's pretty good. 29 bales. All right. Well, you know what? I don't want to mess around too much longer here because I don't want it to get dark on us. So let's fold this thing up. Let's get this down and put away. And then 29 bales. That's not bad. I mean, you know what? The shed's right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll get this parked up, and then we'll just use the other tractor to run the bales directly. I think I can probably pick up 2 at a time. Oh, I thought that was the way I could go. That takes me to the sheep door. This is the upper level. Oh, whatever. We can put this in the upper level. Not a lot of room here, but that's fine. meaning not a lot of room to turn around. Of course, there's all the room in the world here because they don't have anything else parked here, but fantastic. Let's just jump through the sheep pen here. Oh, let's go open the doors. Let's get the doors open for the old bale storage here. Okay, so we're going to drop them on that side, and then they should store here somehow. So let's go try that. These will be the first bales that I dump in this series. I had tested this actually, and it does seem to work quite well. Oh, I gotta get the windrow. Okay, let's get the windrow and we'll just dump it off to the side here for now. Super. All right, let's make sure that we don't need a weight. I should be able to carry 2 bales at once. This tractor looks like it's heavy enough. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I see the $100 just came out of my account. I told Buddy that I would e-transfer him $100, and then if you can go share that with his other brother, that had helped out earlier, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. I told them I can't pay them much because this first year is going to be pretty tricky for me, but if I could throw them a couple bucks here and there, that I would. I mentioned to them I'm not looking at adopting. They're all adults, so I don't need to adopt them, but just purely out of like thank you. There we go, bales are stacking up. So as a side note, while I would prefer to do that manually, oh my gosh, I should set driving to automatic. While I would prefer to stack things manually and manage them that way, I'm interested to see how this works. I've not really used much of the automatic loading when it comes to the bales. I know that's is quite common now, I guess, where you're seeing those kind of sheds built into maps, or a lot of the placeables that are coming out, or even there's Argsy Gaming, I believe, is the one that launched or released, where you could turn any shed or any area into a storage like that, which I think was pretty cool. Great idea. I just have typically done it manually, so we'll see. I may learn to love this. I mean, you still got to get the bales there, and then you still have to get the bales out. So once you've picked them up, or once you've spawned them, you've got to then get them onto whatever mode of transportation you're employing, and get them out of here. I wonder if that, so they just fill that whole end there, I guess. I don't know how you get 5,000. It's supposed to be 5,000 bales it will hold. I don't really know how that works. But yeah, these are our lazy days on the farm, and I don't know, lazy days in the series, basically. So I guess in the next episode, we're gonna have to get these fields merged. Actually, more than merged, I did mention that I want to plow everything right up, and then grab a spreader and some lime and get everything done. So basically that's this field. Oh man, that other these fields for sure, right? These 3 fields, and then the wheat field, which is no longer a wheat field, it's just a bunch of stubble there. I'll do those ones for sure. The other big grass field that I had Stefan working earlier, what did he do? Did he mow it? He mowed it, yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. I might not plow that field up. We may just fertilize it and put lime down, because I'm not expanding it, I'm not merging it, I'm not doing anything like that. That field is what it is, so I might save us the grief there and not plow it. what I should be doing with these bales is just taking them directly over to the cow pen and dumping them right in there so they have food when I eventually add some. But perhaps the bales or the hay would go bad. So maybe this helps keep it fresh. By keeping it in an old dusty barn, it keeps it fresh. We haven't really looked at the planting calendar here. So here, let's go drop these bales, and then we'll open up the app and see what our reality is for planting. Because if in the next episode, if it's May, first day of May, and then if it starts to give us 2 days at that point per month, then that would be great. If not, then maybe we're June before we can actually start to put a seed in the ground. Because I have a feeling the field prep that we need to do is going to take a little while. There's a few steps there. Oh, no. All right, so let's take a look here. Yeah, our wheat. So we're gonna miss the window on oats. We may want to plant, if we're gonna plant a crop and not just grass, we're gonna want to probably plant soybeans, because that's gonna give us straw. So that way, by the time we hit October, November, we could be harvesting the soybeans. We could be getting our first load of straw off. And then that may be when we want to get animals, because the other fields will, by that time, given us at least one more cut of grass. So we'd have a decent amount of hay bales. We'd have silage to sell. And then we could take our first load of straw off. And I mean, the silage is going to be strictly for cash, but... So there's that idea, unless we're going to just purchase straw, and we want to just plant grass. So yeah, and then soybeans. If we plant in May, likely we're harvesting in November. We'll have missed the window for wheat, but perhaps we can find ourselves, if by some chance we figure out how to make some money, we may be able to buy another field by that time, and maybe we can put some of the winter wheat in and have something sitting there for the spring. That might be our best bet. I'm just going to hop up to the top corner here and see if there's a bale. So far I've been okay without a weight, which is good. Imagine if I wanted to carry 3 bales at once, I'd have a problem. Usually you can sort of push the front end of the tractor into the bale, and then it straightens everything out. Doesn't twist it, but that time it sort of twisted it. That third bale was like, hey, pick me up too, man. Come on, go for it. I just know that I'd be rolling down this hill on 2 wheels, and the wrong 2 wheels, the front ones. I can see where an auto-loading trailer would obviously make this easy. You just back it up, unload it into this side here, and then you'd be done. But we're gonna try not to use an auto-loading trailer. And if I was gonna use a bale loader, I'd have to be careful, because that does look pretty tight in there. So I have to make sure that I have the potential to turn around. Like, I don't know what happens. What happens when you get like 600 bales in there? because currently it looks like it's just stacking them and you can see the bales as you're putting them in there. So there must be a certain number it gets to where you can no longer see the bales. 'Cause obviously you're not going to be able to see the animation for 5,000 bales. Whew, all right, this is going well. So I'm going to make a point also to start May off right, and we're going to put ourselves out of our comfort zone and head to that cafe at the other end of our field there tomorrow morning and go for coffee try to meet some of the old guys in the area. I cannot sustain myself. The only bonus with new equipment I'm realizing here is that I can lease it. Which obviously carries a cost, right? I mean, I'm gonna have to pay for it, but in the end, I mean, I'm going to own those vehicles or those pieces of equipment or whatever. But yeah, it's I need to find some deals, man. I need to find some equipment stashed in a bush somewhere. I need to find an estate sale. I need the insiders. I need the insiders heads up that I was getting on Valley Springs. But it's still early here, so I'm not panicking. I don't mean early in the day, I mean early in the series, you know? Early in our lives here in France. But I can really see after spending a little bit of time here, and I haven't even met the people or like explored the town, but I can see why, you know, old Aunt Pam and Jacques du Gatineau there really love this area. No complaints here, my friends. So anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of these put away, and I think we'll probably wish you a bonne nuit, which I believe means good night, and we'll come back together here in May, where we'll have an action-packed episode full of plowing, probably. Who doesn't like an hour-long plowing episode? No, we'll try to incorporate some maybe at least plow and lime. Ooh, yes. I have a feeling planting might be its own episode, but we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, thanks so much again. We're over 1,000 subscribers. We reached that before I started recording this, actually. So thank you so much to everybody for subscribing. If you haven't already, of course, go and do it, but you know, do whatever you want, really. It's your life, man. No one's gonna force you. But on that note, have a good night. Thanks so much, and I will see you later.